Stove. I had to potatoes all cut. Oh, hello, good morning. Beautiful day. The wind has died down and I could actually do things and be outside without having it feel like I'm in a freaking tornado. So today I'm actually gonna talk to you about my awning. I haven't done like an update video, so I wanted to update you guys about it. But first, before we do that, obviously we have to have breakfast and do all the normal morning things, so we'll do that first. All right, I'm going to be making some potatoes today, and then after making breakfast, I'll probably change my shirt because I've been wearing this for about a week, so. But yeah, make some potatoes, set up my cooking stove. I had to move the propane up there because the ratchet strap broke, so it's just up there now, which it still works. But yeah, some potatoes. So we need the pans, board, knife. I'll do 3 little potatoes. See, little potatoes. Avocado oil. Valentina. It's actually not spicy at all. And that's it for in there. Butter. So, first comes to first. Potatoes all cut up. See? Oh yeah, I have onions too. I forgot I have onions. I should get those out. Oh, I have mushrooms as well. I can do onions and mushrooms. Sorry guys, we gotta move you for a second. We'll save this for later because we don't want them to get too nasty in the pan. So now, slide them in there. Yum! Alright, so they're getting there. So now that they're getting close to it, we're going to start adding the onions and the mushrooms because they're already getting crispy and yummy, so in there. Okay, we'll steam it a little bit again. Bacon leaning. It's actually getting pretty sunny, so I'm going to actually open up the awning while this continues to cook off a little bit. Because the sun's getting real hot, so. I don't think any crazy wind will happen though. God, it's so beautiful. Ah, such a beautiful awning. I say that and then I feel wind coming again. Oh, wind. You are not welcome here. Damn propane tank. Little piece. And there we go. Ta-da! In it goes. Yummy. I knew I should have only done 2 potatoes. This is still way too much food for me, but that's okay. And then it'll be ready. Yum. Ooh, that's a good bite. You ready for it? You guys are missing out. It's really good. It was really good. Oh. What am I saying? Here. Potatoes all cut up. See? I got 99 sockets, but a 10mm ain't one. Yes, putting on a bra would be a good idea. Hi. This is the Ostrich Wing 270 awning. from Big Country 4x4 that I got from Rugged Bound. I know, that's a lot of information. I'll have the link down in the description for you guys to check it out. So this is the passenger side, because they have a driver side and a passenger side for obvious reasons. I mean, it swings out. You can't have a driver side on this side because it would swing out to the front, I think. Probably. It's a really good awning. I actually haven't gotten to use it much in the rain yet, just because I've been in mostly desert area. So I've used it for blocking the sun, which right now the sun's not at the right angle for the awning to work. It works that way, which is good too. I mean, but this awning is really nice. So it's got its own little leg here. And it just pops down like this, and then you twist it like this to lock it into place. I always forget how to twist and lock it. There we go. It twists and locks into place like that, and this is for if it's like really windy. What I like about this leg versus like other awnings is the fact that, let's say this leg broke, right, and you want to replace it. It's as easy as popping it off. It's got just a little ball, so you can easily pop it off and replace it with a new one. And that's what I love about it. And I love that it's so adjustable too. Ta-da! I like also that this awning has a zipper. A lot of the other awnings that I've seen have Velcro. This one has a zipper. So like in the wind conditions, it's not gonna come loose because it's Velcro. Not saying the other companies, the Velcro would come loose. It's pretty heavy duty Velcro, but I like the added benefit of having a zipper, and the flap goes over the zipper, so you're not gonna get any water through a zipper because they have this protective flap over. They've got really heavy duty tie down points for if you wanna tie it down. They're really big loops and you just tie down whatever. Awning has a lot of space. It's really structurally sound too. So you can kind of hang on it like that, and it's pretty sound as long as you have that pull out. It's got double channel too, so that gives it a lot more structure, and they have little beams here to support that secondary pole up there. The cool thing about this too is that if one of these poles ever were to break, one of these little beams, they're individual, so they're not actually combined, which is great because like a lot of awnings that I see, they're all combined together, so you can't replace one of these. With this, you can easily replace one of these, and that's an added bonus. It folds up really well, it packs up really well, it gives you plenty of shade, and so far I've loved it. Again, I haven't had it in the rain yet, so I don't know how it's gonna handle in the rain. It's a little hot out here, guys, so don't mind me. I kind of want to sit down and talk to you about this so I'm not standing up all hot. Okay, well, hi guys. I'm gonna sit down and take a little break in the shade, thanks to my 270 awning. So I've had this awning for almost a year now, I think, actually. I'd have to look back and see the exact date that I got it. And I don't know if a lot of you know, but I originally had the Alucab 270 awning, which I absolutely loved. Great awning as well. But unfortunately, during a freak windstorm, crazy situation happened. The Alucab 270 awning did actually get bent and folded itself all the way up. This one's not bent. This one's not, but the inner one is the biggest one, is really, really bent up. It's bent right there, so. The damage caused to that awning was repairable, but it was going to be too much work, too many parts. You know, with the time it's gonna take me to repair that and just not having a real space to repair it, I was like, I'm just gonna get another 270 awning and test it out and see how this one would compare to my Alucab. So let's go through a little bit of differences that I've noticed with this one versus the Alucab. So the Ostrich Wing 270 awning does have a lot more
stable beams across. So they've got two beams side by side that gives it a lot of more structural integrity, whereas the Alucab has its thick aluminum. I'm pretty sure it's aluminum, hence the name Alucab. It has its pretty thick aluminum shell, but they did cutouts in it, and that's where the weak point was, where it bent. If they didn't have those cutouts, that aluminum would be very strong. Now this is also, I'm pretty sure, aluminum, but they don't have cutouts. It's actually, what do you call those? Like a C-channel. So it doesn't have any writing cut out in it to cause a weak point. This is actually very, very strong. Another difference with the Alucab and the Ostrich wing awning is that, like I showed you earlier, it has that zipper versus the Velcro. What I've realized is in colder conditions,
I've got a frozen awning. Yeah, it's like solid, frozen solid.
Velcro doesn't like sticking very well. Even at the strongest level of Velcro, if there's any type of moisture on that Velcro, it's not gonna stick. Whereas a zipper has moisture, yeah, but it's still gonna zip up. So, now granted, with those two things, I never had the room, so I can't actually honestly compare it because I didn't have the rooms to put it on to test them. So I'm kind of just going off of what I think would happen. There is a difference with this and the Alucab. The Alucab does come with tie downs. They come with some pretty heavy duty tie downs, whereas this one actually didn't come with the tie down straps. It does come with tie down points, which are actually a lot more beefy. And I do like the fact that these tie down points aren't actually stuck permanently to the awning. The Alucab's tie downs were permanently attached. You would have to take it off with, like, I forgot, like a screw or something. And so if one of those tie downs ever busted, you'd have to do a lot of work to get a new tie down. Whereas this one, they're just a loop. So you can just take that tie down off and get a new strap and you're good to go again. Or paracord or whatever you have. So like if a strap breaks while you're out, if you have paracord, you're gonna have a good tie down, as long as you still have the little things to tie it down into the ground. Another thing I like about this awning versus the Alucab is the way that it attaches to your vehicle. So the Alucab had a specific little hook that it had, and you had to mount that specific mount for the hook to slide into, and that was actually really cumbersome because for me it was attached to my Alucab rooftop tent. But once I didn't have the Alucab rooftop tent, I was like, wait, well, how am I going to attach this? That won't work. Like, I had to find a spot to like hard mount that little mount, whereas this one has just a hook and a tightening strap. So you can hook this up to anything and tighten it down. You don't have to worry about, well, where do I need to mount this mount with this special little hook to hook it to it. So this is a lot more universal. Whereas the Alucab, it's pretty much stuck to whatever mount you can mount at. And this one also has, you know, if one of those hooks breaks, it's just one of those simple little latches, so you can just take that strap off and put a new strap on it and you're good to go. So I like how easy this is to replace parts if you need to replace parts, whereas the Alucab was not as easy to replace parts. So I like that about this a lot. Another thing I noticed is that this is actually a little bit longer than the Alucab. So my Alucab stopped right about the door frame. This one goes all the way over. It also goes all the way over that way, whereas the Alucab kind of stopped like mid here, and so I still had a huge gap of rain that would come down in here. Now granted, again, I'm going to remind you, I have not used this in heavy rainfall yet, so I don't know how it's going to compare. So I can't fully say the Alucab versus this was better in the rain because I haven't had this in the rain, not heavy rain. I've had it in like a light little drizzle, which doesn't count. I need like a heavy downfall of rain, which I'm sure I will experience sooner or later because it's gonna be, well, no, I'm going into summer again, so maybe not for a while. So I haven't used this in snow either too, which is what the Alucab's gone through a lot of snow. This has just had summer so far. Good weather so far I've had it in. And I've also been traumatized a little bit from the Alucab experience. So like if it's windy, I'm like, I don't want to open my awning at all. Hey, not okay, wind. No.
Not okay. No. Go away, wind. No, that doesn't mean get heavier. No! Hey! Who said you can come over here, wind? Knock it off. No. This wind just doesn't listen. What am I gonna do with it? Settle down! Come on!
Like, I'm scared, honestly. With any awning, I would be scared. It doesn't matter what brand it is. I'm like, oh my God, I don't want that to happen again. But the cool thing about this company, very responsive, and they want to make sure you're pleased with your purchase. So if you have an issue with it, you know, they want to help you out. And Alucab too. Alucab was like that as well. They want to help you out. But this company told me basically, they're like, dude, if anything breaks, just let us know, you know, we'll get you spare parts and something like that. One thing I did notice that the Alucab had versus this one is that it doesn't have a spot to put extra poles, but I'm pretty sure the way you put extra poles is in that T-channel. So don't quote me on it not having a way. I think it does have a way. You just put another leg in that T-pole right here. Honestly, yeah, just looking at how it's designed, that's all you would have to do. Whereas the Alucab was, again, a hard mount pole. Like, you would have to, like, drill it in or something. Hi, airplane. I don't know if they can hear you. Meow. I'm right by a military base, so you might be able to hear that. I don't know. But so far, I love the awning. It's an amazing awning, and thanks for watching, guys. I don't know how to end it.
All right, putting it away.